Hi, my name is Manny Wong. I'm a physiotherapist and I'm here to talk to you about movements you need to master to have a healthier golf swing. So number one is your ability to hinge your hips. We call that a hip hinge. So this ability to hinge at the hips at address instead of squatting into the address posture. When you hinge at the hips, it decreases the amount of stress on the lead leg into your knees. Also, it frees up your mid back to turn more instead of your low back. So when you squat down, it puts a lot of torque into the lead leg. It can cause some knee problems or low back problems. So I'm going to teach you how to hip hinge now. So you're going to take a club, you're going to put it behind your back so that club contacts your head, your mid back, and your low back or your sacrum area, so your tailbone area. And what you're going to do is try to keep those 3 points in contact, hinge forward through the hips, and then address your ball here. And just try to hold this posture with as little energy as possible. And if you can do that, then you can hinge your hips properly. So you can bend your knees slightly, but don't go into a squat. Okay, I want you to hinge at the hips first and then bend the knees slightly. Okay, try to master that motion because it's very important for a healthy golf swing. So another movement you need to master, and this one's not as obvious, is how to posterior pelvic tilt. So tilt your pelvis backwards. Why that's important is as you make contact through the ball, our body should have a natural system of slowly posteriorly tilting your hips to absorb some of the impact through the musculature and not through the spine. What happens is if you can't do a posterior pelvic tilt, you stay in an anterior tilt, what happens is the joints get a lot of pressure as you make ball impact, and it's going to cause some pain into your low back. A lot of baseball players or rotational sports players like golf, when they make impact, you see the pros, they actually have a posterior tilt as they make impact to protect their spine. So learning how to do this motion is very important to protecting your back. So I'll show you how to do this now. Okay, so what you want to do with the posterior pelvic tilt is just imagine a bucket on your belt line and you're tipping the bucket back. So you're trying to tilt this back. So there's a couple cues you can use. One is imagine you have a tail and you're tucking your tail between your legs. That's that motion going back this way. Another cue is trying to bring your belly button closer up to your sternum. So you're closing the gap here and holding this posture. So this ability to posterior pelvic tilt is important to have on impact, so it decreases stress on your back. So try that out, see if you can do that, and DM me if you have any questions. So another movement you need to master for a healthy golf swing is your ability to stand on one foot, especially your lead foot, because at the end of your golf swing, what happens is you should have most of your weight on the front leg. So if you're unable to balance on the front leg, the likelihood of you ending up fully on that leg is a lot less than if you can balance on one foot. So why you need to balance on one foot is if you can't, you're going to likely end up putting some weight on the back leg or leaning back. And what that happens is when you lean back on your swing, it creates a kind of pressure onto your back that can cause pain. Some of the joints start jamming into each other and can cause pain. So let me teach you what you need to do to stand on one leg. Okay, so the test is you're going to stand on one leg without any support, and you should be able to do this for 15 seconds with your eyes closed. A lot of people, the moment they close their eyes, they start going all over the place. They need to put their foot down. So take a club, put it down, use one finger, and see if you can balance here with your eyes open. If you can do this for 15 seconds easily, then move on. So the moving on is closing your eyes. And what you should be able to do is be able to bounce fully for 15 seconds before you take your hands off the club and hold the club and see if you can balance there with your eyes closed. So 15 seconds, eyes closed is kind of target you want, and get going on, especially in the lead leg. So try that out. So the previous movements we've gone over talks a lot about protecting your back, but what about the shoulders? Shoulders are a part of the body that gets injured too a lot when golfing. So what this test or what movement you need to master is, it seems simple enough, but actually a lot of people can't do it, is trying to bring your arms overhead and actually past your head, so your arms go past your ears, and be able to do that without shrugging up. Okay, you're not doing this, you're trying to keep the shoulders down and bring it above without any tension at all. Why this is important is as you swing, your arms actually go above your head. And if you don't have that ability to stabilize up top and be able to hold that posture up top, then you're going to stress some of the joints in your shoulder, you're gonna try to overcompensate with your back. It all kind of connects together that way. So test your ability to be able to get your hands over top of your head. Okay, so some of the drills you can do is actually getting on a mat and doing some stretching. So just put your club down, get onto your knees, and what you can do is just put your hand out and then try to sit into what we call a child's pose in yoga. So when you do this, you should actually feel a good stretch through the side here. If that's too tough for you, what you can do is take a golf club, just bend over, and then try to reach out and see if you can hold that posture while stretching. You can do it with both hands. You can even do it sitting on something and just reaching out and holding. If you feel really tight while doing that, then you need to do some more stretching. There's also some shoulder stability exercises that are important to help you get into that posture. So if you need some of those, DM me and I can give you some advice. So last but not least, we have one more movement that you should master, and that's thoracic rotation. So what our back is divided into is three major areas. You got your cervical spine, which is your neck, your thoracic spine, which is your mid-back, and then your lumbar spine, which is your low back. The joints that are made in the spine to rotate mainly reside in the thoracic spine, the mid-back. So the ability to turn through there allows you to get a lot of rotational torque, a lot of rotational force through the ball. And if you can't do rotation through your thoracic spine, then you're going to carry a lot of the rotation through your lumbar spine, your low back, and they're not made to rotate as much as the thoracic spine. So you can wear down or put some pressure onto the joints and cause some back pain there too. So I'm going to teach you how to do some thoracic rotation now. Okay, so to test your thoracic rotation, you're going to need a chair. Okay, you're going to sit down with a club across your shoulders. Why you sit down is because it pins your hips down. It's not going to allow your back to rotate much. We're testing your thoracic spine, your mid-back. So you need to sit down here. You're going to take your club here, and you're going to try to rotate as far as you can go. And what you should be able to do is, if you go from here and rotate, you should go get 45 degrees at least. At least. You want to go more. So when you rotate, that club should be able to get past 45 degrees from here on both sides. So that rotation is very important in getting more power and also to protect your low back. So try that out, see if you can do that, and then there are some drills or some mobility exercises you can do to increase your thoracic rotation, and DM me if you want some.